Hi, I'm Ken Shank, and I'm the Dean of the School of Theology and Ministry at Indiana Wesleyan University. Let's call it STM for short. Chances are, if you're getting the link to this video, you have been accepted to Indiana Wesleyan University and you have expressed interest in the School of Theology and Ministry, but you've not yet registered. And so I'm thinking it might help you to have a little bit more information that will help you prayerfully consider and ask the Lord whether or not this is the place for you to come. Now, if you've been to our campus, you know this is a spectacular campus. This is a great place. I don't know anybody who's come to this campus and thought, oh, I don't want to go to that campus. This is a great place to be. But it may be that you're thinking, man, I would love to go there, but it's less expensive, you might be thinking, to go to a state school. Well, I want you to consider this. First of all, the average amount of time it takes somebody to graduate with a bachelor's degree from a state school is 4.8 years. 4.8 years. Guess what the average is for someone at Indiana Wesleyan University? 3.8 years. That saves you over $10,000 just alone that 1 year. We've also worked very hard in the School of Theology and Ministry to come up with 3-year plans. That is to say, you can graduate with any degree from the School of Theology and Ministry in 3 years. That saves you at least another $10,000. So we've cut out at least $20,000 right there. There are other opportunities. For example, we have something that we call the Kern Ministry Program. The Kern Ministry Program gets you from high school to a master's degree in 5 years. That takes what normally would take 7 years and compresses it down into 5 years. It is heavily scholarshiped. And so you get a lot of scholarships and get to be part of a great community as you go through. That 5th year is actually in an internship in a church. So it helps you take off right into ministry in a nice and easy and guided kind of way and have a lot of fun in the process. Indiana Wesleyan, of course, gives away lots of scholarships. In addition to the scholarships that Indiana Wesleyan gives away, we have $380,000 in scholarships that are just in the School of Theology and Ministry alone that we give out each year. Now, you may be saying, yeah, but can I get a job in ministry? Well, of course, there's more than just ministry degrees. We also have community development degrees and other degrees like intercultural studies and so forth that can come alongside other majors. We have the Christian studies minor that can come alongside a nursing major or a business major or some other major. You might be thinking, I'm going to be a dual track kind of person, a career and then minister alongside of it. Well, we have degrees like that too. But let's say that you want to go into full-time ministry. We have plenty of connections with ministry jobs. In fact, we have more churches asking for our students than we have students to give them. So let no one tell you, well, you'll never get a job after you get a degree in ministry, because we have more churches asking for students to take their jobs after they graduate than we have students to give them. Now, what about our professors? Our professors are, first of all, active scholars. A year ago, we had over 15 book contracts, and I can think of at least 3 book contracts that have been added since then. Just off the top of my head, Scott Burson came out with a book on apologetics this year and has 3 more book contracts for apologetics types books yet to come. Constance Cherry came out with the 3rd in a trilogy of worship books, her 3rd book called The Music Architect. Our professors are well known around the world. They are the top in their game. And so you never have to worry about, am I going to be challenged by our professors? We have top quality theology and ministry professors. But here's the good news. These are not just ivory tower people who say, leave me alone, I want to go off to my office. You're going to get one-on-one mentoring with these professors here. We love coffee. I love coffee. I am known for being a coffeeholic. I will be glad to have coffee with you. Any of the professors will be glad to have your beverage of choice, or maybe you don't like, maybe you want a muffin. But basically, we are definitely one-on-one emphases as faculty. We're not going to just say, don't bother me. I've stood in front of you and talked for an hour. Now go away. That's not at all the flavor. The flavor of us is, do you need premarital counseling? Do you need me to do your wedding? I mean, those are the kinds of things that we do. Of course, most of all, we are concerned that you leave here with a deep spirituality. You're paying us to do the classroom stuff, but our number one priority, without any question, is that your walk with the Lord remains strong and deepens and becomes stronger when you leave than it was when you came. Professor Jim Lowe several times a week, walks around this campus before most of us are even out of bed, praying for this campus and for the students. He has this journal of prayer requests. I don't know anybody. He's an administrator of prayer. He keeps track not only of when he's prayed for you, but also when the answer to prayer has come. Well, what do I do next? If you do a Google search on IWU accepted students, the top entry will tell you what to do next if you want to complete the process and go ahead and get registered from this fall. Frankly, let's say the Lord wakes you up the day before classroom begins and says, hey, it's time for you to go to Indiana Wesleyan. We'll register you the first day of class. But the Lord also knows the future, so you can plan ahead also. We'd be glad to meet with you and get you registered anytime this summer. I'll personally be glad to show you around campus. Or you can do it from a distance as well. Well, here's my email. ken.schenk@indwest.edu, ken.schenck@indwes.edu. I'll be glad to help you with any questions you have and help you get through this process. Well, we want what the Lord wants for you, but I'm just hoping that it might be that you come to Indiana Wesleyan University.